All right, so what I wanted to start with, now that we've kind of worked through a couple examples and we worked through number 9, I put together something that we're going to start and finish. Just the front and back of the first page, okay? When you get that far, stop, okay? Then we'll do the front and back of the second page together, okay? So I'm going to give you something that says classwork 4.5, but it's the whole thing, but we're only going to do the first half as practice right now, kind of on our own, just using this, right? P 1 plus R over N to the NT, right? Write a model, plug it in, depending on how many years they give us, okay? So definitely take out something to help you do your calculations, whether it's a phone or a calculator.
I'll ask you later.
Okay.
I'll ask you after.
No, I was just making this through.
Let me just get this out, and then you can do it. Yeah. So it's like a handful of questions. Now, what you'll see at the top, and folks at home, this is sitting on Canvas either in the module for Chapter 4 or just under assignments. There's a spot for percent growth and decay formula, like our regular one, this one, right? So I'll have these both up, okay? There's a spot for the compound interest formula, and there's a spot over here for continuous compound interest. So not monthly or weekly or daily or every hour or every minute or every second. More than that, faster than that, okay? We don't know that one yet. That's what we're going to build with this back page, okay? So for now, all I want you to do is write down these two, leaving that third spot blank. We'll come back to that. And then try the ones on the first page front and back. I don't know that we'll finish the second page front and back today, but I would at least like to start the conversation. I don't know if we'll build the actual formula yet, because like something's going to happen in here. And it's just different. It's just nothing you've ever seen before. So, okay. It'll be fun. So, I don't know. I mean, it really shouldn't take us terribly long. But write a few things down, knock them out, let the calculator do most of the work. I don't know. Like maybe, let's see where you're at. Like, I don't know, 12:40. Let's take at least 20 minutes. See how far you go. See where that gets us. But do not turn this in at all today, unless we like collectively finish the whole thing, which I highly doubt. Okay, we'll have tomorrow to do it. So there's a due date on this for tomorrow. We'll definitely finish it tomorrow. We just have to give ourselves like just a slightly more specific formula with something you've never seen before, which will then kind of build us to what we're getting to.
Okay, we're gonna work on this packet today together.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm happy to like kind of take a look at like the first one for sure. Second one, yeah, we can do lots of stuff together.
I wasn't here yesterday, so you're gonna help me explain that compound.
Okay, so the only thing that's different is they're gonna give us a rate that's annual, but we're gonna get paid more frequently than that. We're gonna get paid monthly. 12 months in a year. We're gonna get paid weekly, 52. We're gonna get paid daily, 365. We're gonna get whatever that. Yeah. So the rate that I'm giving you is always a yearly rate, but they're gonna pay us more often. So they're gonna like divide that rate up evenly over the year. But I want to make sure that I'm getting paid that much more often. So the only thing that's different between our percent growth and decay and our compound interest, actually, there's two things. Number one, it's always plus. It's never minus. I'm always making money. The second thing is that we've got this number of times we compound our interest per year. That's going to be part of this formula. So we're going to divide our rates. All right, so $100, 12% rate, compounded monthly. So $100 started off, 1 plus. There's my rate, right? 12%. This same number, both spots. That's why they're both N. There are 12 months in the year. Here's my model. How much is the account after 1 year? Okay, cool. That T is just 1. Plug it in, I see what I get. If this was after 5 years, that's a 5. If this was 30 years, that's 30. Yeah. So it's just a little tweak to it. I'm happy to like do the first one with you guys. Let's do that. For anybody that wants it, needs it, I'll come over here. I'll erase this stuff. And we'll definitely do the first one. Very
Rosie,
What's up?
what's the status on my calculator?
No bueno, amigo. No bueno. I did not make any progress. And so what I've got for you is basically what you just gave back to me.
Okay.
It's what's weird about it now is it just like it blinks once and then shuts off. Try to send it back, but it might be it might be. So yeah, I think as far as I know, it does. All right, I'll try the first one with you. Am I recording? I hope so. Let's see. Yes. All right. So at the top, make sure you're writing down these two formulas and leaving that third one blank. Okay, percent growth and decay, which we're really not going to use. This is just compound interest. And then, of course, compound interest formula. All right, number one, A, then B, then C. All right, $100 going in. The account earns 15%, and it is compounded monthly. Here's my model in terms of T, just A of T equals, right? When they say in terms of T, you don't drop in time yet. And with this classwork, I tried to make that like its own question, so we made sure we always started with that. P, my principal, number one, a plus sign every time. 1 plus. Okay, now my rate. 15%. So $0.15. That's kind of my mindset. So 0.15. Over, so it's a fraction, right? R over N. Again, N is the number of times we compound our interest per year. How many times we get paid, right? In this case, because it's monthly, that number is 12. And that 12 is the same as that 12 up there, because that's the only thing that you're going to see repeated. That same thing shows up in two spots. We chop up the rate, so we kind of break it up evenly, but I want to get paid that much more often, so that's what I'm going to multiply. And there it is. Like, there's A. What's nice about the interest formulas is that just put the numbers in the right spot and life is good. Now, for B and C, we just plug in the right time. It'll be A of 1, and then A of 5. So all of the numbers stay exactly the same, except T just turns into 1. 12 times 1, or even just the number 12. Like if you know that that's just 12, you can just do that. Let the calculator do the work. I might not have to round, so I'm not going to write the little squiggly sign until I actually type it in. But if I do have to round, I'm always going to write that like approximately equal to. But with decimals and division and then exponents, there's a pretty good chance most of the time we will. Divided by 12 to the power of 12, yeah. Not a whole lot. I mean, it's only 1 year on $100. 1/16. And then it goes 0.075, blah, 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 blah. So 2 decimal places. So is it 0.7 or does it bump up to 0.8 if it's 0.75?
Goes up.
Goes up, right? 0.8. There it is. $116.08. That's it. Formula, calculator, round. Formula, now 12 times 5, or if you want, you can just write 60 in the exponent if you want to do that, if you don't have to. What's nice about the calculate 84 app is once you go into the exponent, it keeps you up there until you tell it, right, with that right arrow to jump back out. And you just write it in here exactly as you would say it out loud, 100, parentheses, 1 plus 0.15 divided by, it's a fraction, so just division, divided by 12, close the parentheses. That up arrow, like above the division sign, below the clear button, that's what gets you up there, and then just 12 times 5, or just the number 60. Safe to just type it in exactly as you wrote it. $210, and then it goes 718, blah, blah, blah. So 718, well, I got a round right there. So 72. All right, if the next number is 5 or above, you should. 72, and that's it. That's the process. You just have to watch out for what your rate is as a decimal, being careful to make sure that that conversion looks good. And then picking the right n, depending on if they say monthly, which is 12. Weekly, how many weeks again in a year? 52. Okay, so that would be your n if it says weekly. Daily, how many days? 300, 365. Things like that. Down, question.
If it was, so if like the percent is 5.2%, would it be 0.52?
That would be 52%. So that's too much. We saw this a little bit yesterday.
We're on that 0.052.
0.052, yeah. So 5.2% is going to be 0.052. Good, yeah. So anytime there's decimals, just get the whole number in there and just add whatever numbers are right after.
Do you think you could explain one more time how from B it goes from 1 year and then C to 5, but I feel like for some reason the number should be bigger than 210.
So
I just don't understand that one.
okay, so like why does it change from here to here? Like
Right.
you're thinking, you feel like you should be getting more than you do.
Yeah.
So the idea is that, okay, so after 1 year, we turn $100 into 116, right? The next year, we're getting 15% monthly on this. So we made like $16 in the first year, right? We're gonna make more than $16 in the second year, but not that much more. Right? Because we're going to get 15% on this, right? Broken up over 12 months. So you can see that we didn't make 15%. We actually made a little bit more than 16% because of the compound interest, right? 100 turned into 116. That's like 16%. So we didn't earn 15 because of the compound interest. We earned a little bit more, but not a whole lot.
I think I understand.
All right. And so you're really thinking about, okay, I'm going to make $16 the first year. Maybe I make like 17 or 18 the next year, and then like 19 or 20 the next year, just kind of like starts creeping up a little bit.
Because in my mind, I was thinking that the 116 should be like times by 5.
I wish. No, yeah, it's just a percent.
It's not that much.
No, it's not as much as you realize. Yeah, it's not as much as you think. It's more than 15%, but it's not a whole lot more. If we were getting paid weekly, it would be more. Same percent compounded more often, we get paid more.
Because it'd be 52 instead of 12.
Exactly. So, and here, let's just play with that, see what happens, just so we can kind of get a sense for what we expect. If it was 15%, but we got it weekly, you know how much more it would be? 8 cents more.
Oh, really?
That's it. It'd only be 8 cents more over that first year. If it was daily, let's see.
30 something?
10 cents.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And 15 is a pretty big number, right? 15% is a lot, right? It's a pretty big interest rate. But we're only starting with $100.
So if you started with more,
So it's kind of, it kind of caps itself off. Like we think, man, okay, it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and faster and faster and faster. You're going to see that as this number, right? As we put a big, big number down here, 365, right, for daily, like hourly, like 2,000 something or whatever, right? This number gets really, really small, right? If you have a fraction and the denominator is really big, your number, like the whole result, is really small, right? 1 over 100, 1 over 1,000, 1 over 1,000,000, right? That number gets really, really tiny. And so what happens is this is only a little bit more than 1. Right? 1 plus a really small number is just a little bit more than 1. So we're doing 100 times like a number that's really close to 1. Yeah, we're doing it a lot, but it's only like 1.0001 times itself a bunch of times. So it doesn't grow as fast as we might think. You're going to see that it actually like starts to slow down. It isn't unlimited growth. You're going to see, maybe even later today, but probably more like tomorrow, there's a cap on how fast we can grow. 5,000, 8% weekly. So up here should be 52. 52 times C, right? This number down here is exactly the same as the number that goes next to T. Yeah.
What is semi-annual?
Semi-annually. How many times per year is semi-annually? Like a semicircle is like a half a circle.
Okay.
So semi-annually, we're breaking the year up into 2 halves, so we get to do 2. How many weeks in a year? It's a tricky one to remember, I know. Somebody help her out. How many weeks in a year?
Thank you.
Now, if you ever forget, here, Kaylee, open up your calculator real quick. How many days in a year? Okay, so write 365 divided by how many days in a week? Divided by. What's 3 close to? That's how. If you forget, you can always get back to it. Yeah.
So pretty much what it
Yeah.
is $100
Yeah.
over the course of 5 years
Right.
at a 15% compound interest rate.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. I actually saw one over here. Yep, there it is. Yeah. Cool. Where'd that come from? Oh, the 12?
Yeah.
12 months in a year. And so whenever they say that word monthly, weekly, daily, how many of those are there? Wait, what's that? There is. So one being more accurate. It's like there aren't exactly 52 weeks in a year. It's like there aren't exactly 24 hours in a day.
Where does it say quarterly?
But we pick nice and easy round numbers. So you're right, 365.25 would be more accurate. And so I will definitely allow it. Yeah, so the only number that appears twice is that n. That number of times we compound per year, it's the same number shows up twice.
And then you put the 1.
Depending on how many years they want, right?
Yeah.
For part A, they said do 1 year. For part B, for part C, they said do 5 years.
Yeah.
So that number, that T, is the only thing that kind of changes within the problem.
Okay.
From one problem to the next, obviously different starting amounts, different rates, but T is our variable that changes and changes and changes.
First, we don't want to know what that means.
How many quarters are there in a dollar?
Yeah. And then,
Oh, you left it yesterday? Good.
and then, can I have 4.4?
Probably. You know what's funny is I don't honestly even remember what it was. Oh, properties of exponents. I bet it was properties of exponents. No, because the quizzes were property of exponents. Let's see what Canvas tells me. As much as a pain Canvas can be, like for you guys or for me, I am so freaking organized now because of Canvas. I never have to remember anything. Now I know what it is. It was our first attempt. Wow. I didn't print it out like myself. So we did 1 through 8 using just this formula. Nothing with money really, with compounding anything. It's actually a little bit simpler. We get a rate, that's just how much it happens. Now, it could be plus if it's going up, or it could be minus, right? Like number 6, the value line increased by, okay, cool, plus. Number 7, during normal breathing, 12% of the air is replaced after one breath, right? An exponential decay model, so that's going to be minus because decay is so small. Right, number 8 on the back, the amount of ibuprofen in a person's system decreases by 29%. So we just have to pick plus or minus, not both. I know we're kind of used to like seeing like plus and minus with like square roots, like, oh, there's 2 answers. No. There's only one. We just need to pick. Is it plus or is it minus? So that was 2 days ago. And then yesterday, we kind of developed this formula so we could do number 9. But you'll see classwork 4.4 is just 1 through 8 with just this one.
I know, right?
So, could be a very, very, very big number. Let's see.
10% of $6 million.
Oh, 1 plus.
Think about, so if you
This is the number 1. That's not a TV. It's literally always just the number 1. It's not a part of a formula where numbers change right there. The only spot that time is ever going to go is right there. So try that again without the 2. And that 2 is good. That's just the number 1. Yeah. Absolutely. If you can do that and just change like 2 times 20 to 40, like for me, like 1C, like to the 12 times 5, it's like 60. That's cool. If you can do that, absolutely. So money's going in, so the word deposit is like when you walk straight and you give them cash, that's called a deposit. Deposits and withdrawal. Yeah, we're only talking about deposits. Money's going in and going up. Okay. Yep. So here we are at the point where I wanted to kind of see where we're at. Clearly we need some more time, so let's just keep going. Okay, let's see where we're at 10 minutes. I want to start the conversation. So like the parentheses around the fraction is never a bad idea. Never. Because what that does, it tells the calculator this is a fraction. The reason why it's just not necessary is because the only thing attached to that is the plus before it and the set of parentheses anyway right after it. But you are absolutely perfect to write it like that. As soon as you, so you're doing that, which is great. Open it, fraction, close it. Go, yeah. That can save you from some mistakes later. Not with me necessarily. But also, if it's A of t, it's still t. Well, as soon as you get to b and the number is 1, it's not A of t anymore, it's A of 1. Okay. Or A of 5. Right? I want these things to match. Okay. Everything. So the formulas are good, it's just the notation you want to make sure.
I always forget like one thing in the parentheses and then I go to like decimal and I'm like, that does not look right.
Again, don't submit this yet. We'll wait until both pages, front and back, are done tomorrow. And we'll call it.
This is right? Keep making sure.
So after the decimal, 0. But that's good instincts. You're like, wait a minute. Really? Only 74 cents? I should have made a little bit more than that. I
Yeah.
know 5% isn't a lot, but I should get more than that. So that's good. Like you recognize that something was probably wrong with the answer. So you pause and check. You didn't just like blindly trust the calculator and yourself to do all the right
Well,
things.
somehow I always seem to miss something in the parentheses.
It's a lot. There's a lot of numbers you gotta be track
And
of.
when I get like the little decimals, I'm like, that's what's right. So
Good.
I go like check my.
Those are
paper
good
and check
instincts to
that.
have. If you leave here with some better number sense,
Yeah.
you and I have done our job. That's for sure.
Well, it was funny, I was talking to Miss Rosenberg,
Yeah.
because I was doing my lunch in there,
Yeah.
because I started experiments. And I was like, honestly, I have 4 favorite teachers, it's her, you, and then my history teacher, Miss Trollope.
Who's your history teacher?
Miss James.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
Oh,
I really like
she's
her.
so awesome.
I was like, oh yeah, Miss Rosenberg always calls me tails, and I'm like, none of my teachers ever did that, but my parents and my siblings.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, so I was.
One of my closest friends, actually, who's with her. His wife's name is Haley.
Yeah. And
So I've always called her.
she said that too. She's like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I had it in my freshman year.
Yeah. He's a great guy. Teaching, he just fell out of love with teaching.
Yeah.
He was super into it, loves math, was really smart. He just didn't love it anymore.
Yeah.
You don't love it, nothing will.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's about right.
Well,
Like 5% of $50 should be like 250. So we got a little bit more than that in a year. That's good.
and like you made me love math all over again.
Good, good. I'm not the only one. That's super. Yeah. Yeah.
It's.
I would like to go.
This kid, only these. This does not help me.
So exactly like the right side down.
It's on my Instagram.
Don't, well, so.
Well, I figured you did because of your clues, like different. Because I was almost,
Yeah.
I think mine is probably older, so mine's like that. I was like, it must be Alexis.
Yeah.
You like it?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's great.
My grandma had about the same one. I wish I had it bigger. I mean, they run for hours.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's simple stuff like that.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's
The next number is a 2, so you don't change.
Oh, yeah.
I got it. Yep, thank you. Yeah, those simple, like straightforward calculators aren't good enough. Like if I was using my regular phone calculator, I'd turn it sideways. Like, no, because 25%. So 25 cents, right? Dollars and cents. 0.25. Yep. That's good. So that's a pretty big interest rate. So hopefully we get paid. Yeah, we should get some pretty good. Yes. Yeah. And then stop. So yeah, just run back to the first page, front and back of page number 1.
So are you saying like?
You live in
Oh, great count.
Actual.
Where at?
We're on 5 acres.
How much we have?
Yeah.
It can be more spot. That's what
Yeah.
That's still going.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So let's see if that changes things. The other thing you gotta check is how you're typing it in the calculator. Depending on the app that you use, it looks like, sometimes like the Exponential Like staying the exponent.
Yeah, so if I'm being honest. My dad. That's nice. Yeah, our HOA is no, okay, but like, they're very like, and very smooth. Everyone in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Not that they do it, you're like, this is my backyard, and you're not looking in.
So I think typing it like that.
Because like people who walk us in comments, like, okay, like, you like to just smooth.
I don't know if the numbers are right, but those yes. Because like the size of it makes sense.
And you don't need to look. Big dogs, and they're like, oh, always using that dog. Like, it's not our dogs, our dogs are or if they weren't inside, and when you share a lot of things, let them and it's like,
Years, so it's less than 100. So it's a little more. Right now for 10 years. Yeah. It's 10 years. Grand.
we want to get, it's not a barn.
So it's like,
That's really like another garage. We have so many like, or trailers. Yeah, just one trailer, or three, or two.
See that.
Four-wheelers. Now, our cars are garage now.
And so we go a little bit more.
We really want to get
$80 for 3 years.
Yeah. We have to have one. Yeah.
50% would be $25 for 3 years.
It makes
$75.
We're not supposed to have more than 3 or 2 months of so we kind of run like whatever, but they can't tell us to get rid of them.
All right, so there's that 10-minute later spot.
Over.
You've got 15 left. Should we just finish it, call it, and then have a conversation tomorrow? Done. Okay. So you've got the next 15 minutes to finish the first page front and back. If you've done it, you want me to take a look, I'm happy to. I'll make my way around, and then we'll have that conversation tomorrow, and we'll finish up Monday. That's
Yeah.
Once you guys.
You have insurance or just?
My goodness. That seems like too much. I wonder if you're like, taking your time to do it. If you like, I'm like write it out or like. But you want to think about like what makes
You like, do you have
if you can't like be really accurate, you probably have like a degree of accuracy in 1,000, 10,000, 100,000.
Now we have like 2 Tennessee Walkers.
By two.
They're so pretty. Game time. And then we have, yeah, he's not.
So
Yeah.
essentially.
We have like our jobs for our students and we have because courses shouldn't be alone. Yeah, so we got taught, so we always had at least 2. And we were like, we got 2.
Okay, so we turned it around.
It's only the switch. So we were like, once you get 5, you get 5.
It just feels like a lot, doesn't it?
Under.
Now, 25% for 20 years, yeah, things are gonna get really big because we went out so far. Divided by 2.
So essentially,
Yeah, 1,111,999.
yeah.
I need that bank account, I'll leave it in there for 20 years.
That way, but yes,
I got $1,000
coach
on it.
must live either after all, so like I'm not.
Yeah.
Where do you get your?
So it's really.
How do we do, ladies? Good? Okay. Yeah, the conversation I think would be best had not broken up into 2 days. Get some practice and you feel really good about it by now, right? Probably even good.
Oh, yeah, I'm cool.
I like the outfit for camping day.
How we feeling?
So I'm right here, and then it starts dropping.
There's not a whole lot happening here.
Um,
Okay.
Where do you get?
Exactly. You need to help coach folks sometimes to do that, but I also like to give things for you to do, but you gotta practice. Do the work. How are we doing at home? Questions at home? We doing all right? So just that first page, front and back. How many was that? 6, 7? First 7? Let's see. Another word with like semicircle. How many semicircles make up a whole circle?
And they get them all. They get them confused.
I'm gonna erase this so I can make it a surprise. So
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, really?
no. Why would I do that?
Make it fast?
Maybe.
They have them all over. You just don't know it.
Maybe.
And
Somebody helped out of it.
It's illegal.
So it's gonna simulate
So that means they take it.
Rosie, what's up?
It's
Sure.
So they take this thing, they know that, you know,
So
his
like,
mom's
I was
waiting.
It's a proximity
So this is
equal to, because the reality is that that's hard. But
I'm like that.
talking about money,
Person that knows a lot about
we just want dollars. So we round to a squiggly equal sign. Which
You get to go up.
like a symbol for hey. I know this number isn't exactly right, and I'm telling you. This is kind of like a heads up that, because the reality, like banks aren't using that number, we're gonna use this. Because they've got larger sums, millions and millions of customers, so they'll go way deeper into this. So but we're gonna round, so we're gonna.
I like it.
Huh?
It's just fun. Although I'm allergic to hay, so that's the fun
So
stuff.
I want to sell my, I just click sell.
Rosie, can I go to the bathroom?
Yes,
So
you
let's
can.
say I'm gonna automatically do a stop loss at -9%, and I'm gonna automatically have it set at like
Equal sign, I'll put the E right there, I mean,
I call it percentages.
Yeah, when you're looking.
Exactly, so what I do is I place it right here, so you can see it's gonna place a 5 right here, 2 stop losses right here. So if it reaches this price point, it's gonna sell, if it reaches this price point, it's gonna sell.
A of 6, right, we have T of 3, we have T of 20, we have T of 6. Yeah, let's go. Mostly the
Okay, so I'm
I like
gonna
your
do
camping
now.
outfit.
So right here, I can drag my stop loss, how it started.
This is one of my favorite national parks. We're gonna be
So these are my stop losses. So essentially-
Not until like we're gonna finish the second page front back tomorrow. You don't have to submit anything today, but all 4 sides will upload tomorrow. Yeah. We have a third formula to develop when we start compounding interest so often that we can't count how often.
What time do we got?
05.
Have you ever been to Glacier up in Montana?
I'm not yet.
That one is like so good.
Yellowstone's my overall favorite. I don't have a shirt from that.
So it's probably best to.
But
But I've got
if you ever get up to
Teton,
Montana,
Grand Canyon.
if you ever get up to Montana, you should for sure go.
Oh, we will, yeah. We want to do Yellowstone next summer. Once we get the That's close enough, but far enough.
I did, glacier over the things with fall break.
Nice. How was the weather? Chilly?
It was when we were there.
Montana in October.
Yeah, it was snowy, rainy when we were there, but we went up because we thought about moving up there.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really pretty, but then my parents were like, no, because it only shines like, the sun only shines like 65 days out of the whole year. And, I mean, even here, we get like 300.
300 days of sunshine.
Yeah, so it was said a no.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is.
But glacier is awesome.
Yeah, we are definitely travelers. We are
And then
travelers.
we did Yellowstone on the way back, so
Yellowstone.
we love Yellowstone too. And
I want to
Jackson
get to
Hole.
like Banff. I want to get into Canada. It's so much. Dude, I want to get to Alaska.
Yeah. Jackson Hole is pretty too.
Yeah, I've been to Jackson Hole for snowboarding.
Yeah, we did that.
Only seen it.
It's funny how my mom, when I told her I'd have you this year,
Mhm.
she still remembers my freshman year. We came in here for like the math thing, and, there was some, like, conferences, I think, or something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
And then that's how she remembers you. She's like, is he the one that was really happy that one time? I was like, yeah.
Looks good, dude. Yeah, that's me.
I'll show you something.
Why didn't you do It's the comma.
No, not even.
It's gonna read that as
It's not weird, it's just-
comma is really just an notation that we use to like visually assess size. But I don't know if you know this, but like in almost every other country, instead of a decimal point, it's a comma. They don't use commas to separate like thousands and millions. They use it as their decimal.
That's it.
Yeah, like look at like a price in euros. Last 5 minutes, so if you want any guidance, any help, any thoughts, any questions. Now, since it's like actually exactly this number. Right, this one we don't have. This one we don't have. So feel free to put the sign if you don't have. It looks like it's I know you missed a couple days. I don't know if you
Yeah.
caught yourself up beyond this moment right here. But once you get the hang of it, it's like, oh, okay, I just put this number in that spot and those numbers in these spots. Cool. Yeah, it's not super crazy.
When I say something, like, never mind.
You'll definitely want to be here tomorrow. This third and final formula in the percent growth indicator universe we're living in is, and there's like a number you've never heard of. And you're going to want to see it from me and not hear from anybody else. But,
What's the app for this calculator?
Apple or Android? Apple. Calculate 80. My calculator. Calculate.
I'll check those names.
Once you download it. It's the same. It's literally just out of it. Very cool. Yeah, no, right. Yeah, you'll want to. Folks at home, if you guys are good, you're good. You don't have to stick around. You can enjoy these last couple minutes off, and I will see you tomorrow. Definitely want to be here tomorrow.